Here's a riddle for you. What do 50% of worship leaders play, but almost none of them sound good? Acoustic guitar. Let's head on back to the sound booth and we'll see how I approach it with EQ, compression, and effects. With acoustic guitar, the first thing you should do is roll up the high-pass filter. The lowest note on the acoustic guitar is about 82 Hertz, but we can roll up our high-pass filter a little bit higher than that because there's other things filling up the low end. A lot of guitars will resonate around 315 and 630 Hertz. Up an octave from that is 1.2K, and we're not gonna miss that if we cut it out. We're still gonna get all the pick click, we're still gonna get all the fullness. It's just gonna empty out that mid-range a little bit more. Did you notice a pattern? 315, 630, 1.2K? They're octaves. Cutting a little bit in multiple octaves can really help clean it up. Then we're not trying to carve out all the mid-range to get it clean. Let's be honest, a lot of the times we're not trying to make an acoustic guitar sound good. We're trying to make it sound not bad. In this instance, it's a lot thinner, so I'm cutting out some of the resonances that are kind of piercing and nasally up in the high mids. I'm also boosting a little bit of low mids to try to get some warmth back. Now, in the midst of a full mix, I wouldn't really care, but when the guitar is by itself, I want to have it be a little bit fuller. And don't forget, cut narrow and boost wide. If you're having to boost low end, watch out for feedback too. That's a place where it can really bite you. You can try to EQ the bottom end of the guitar to get all the notes sounding even, or you can just roll up the high-pass filter. Want to clutter up your bass frequencies? Remember, a great mix is all about the low end. Get that right, everything else falls into place. In the midst of a big, dense mix, an acoustic guitar is basically a shaker with chords. Don't try to get it too far out in front, but let it fill in that rhythmic element. In these instances, the top end of the acoustic guitar is most important. You can boost some of the highs to get that to come out a little bit more, but be careful, too much 10K is going to make the guitar sound cheap. For compression on acoustic guitars, I really like a soft knee. This lets me grab some of the notes and get it in compression when they're picking, but then it doesn't destroy it when it goes to strumming. The attack time can really shape the way that the pick click feels. I like a faster attack on acoustic guitars because I want to tame that transient. When setting my release time, I go ahead and set it to medium. If they're picking, I'm going to want the release time to be a little bit faster. If they're strumming, I want the release time to be a little bit slower. In a live setting, I rarely add reverb to my acoustic guitars, but if I do, it's just to add a little bit of sustain, and I'm going to try to make it subtle and not too bright. If it's bright, it draws attention to itself, and it's like, oh, there's reverb. Be sure to hit subscribe and ding the little bell to get notified every time I post new videos. We'll see you back here next time.